Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Becky, I have ME, and this is my ME. So I hope this angle of this camera isn't too weird. I don't know whether it's weird, I think it's weird. I'm trying to sort out a better kind of system and stuff. My eldest son's going to try and help me to do that because like he does film and stuff and I'm just rubbish and I haven't got a clue. You'll have to excuse me if I'm super distracted as well today, but where I normally come, like in the car and whatever, to film, and obviously I've got to film in the car because I've got family over, my brother's over, so where I normally come is usually like really quiet, and I can get done what I need to get done, but it's holiday maker season and I live in a beautiful part of the country where people like to come on holiday a lot, so it gets really busy, and so there's it's a lot busier than normal. Anyway, so today what I wanted to talk about was memory problems. It's such a common problem, really. I'm just moving things about because I've got a thing on my lap and it's like a thing and I don't want it to be there. I want to talk about memory problems because it really is a common problem, common symptom for people with ME. And I had fibromyalgia already when I had ME, before I had ME, sorry. So I did have memory problems before I got ME. But it was more like just being scatty, really. It was nothing particularly major. It was something I could cope with, I could live with, it was okay. I've had a look online about memory problems and stuff with people with ME, and really all I could find was anecdotal evidence, just people talking about their stories. So I just thought, I'll come on and talk about my story. Well, not a story really, it's just kind of telling you what I went through or go through on a daily basis. So when I got the ME, the memory problems were considerably worse. It is kind of a short-term memory thing, is what I'm hearing from people. And I would say so, but I don't know. I feel like my long-term memory's also been affected. But I can't be sure on that because of something else I'm going to talk about. But it was terrible. I was forgetting appointments. I was forgetting to make phone calls when I needed to make phone calls. I even almost forgot to go on holiday once. I'd booked a holiday for me and the boys during a school holiday or whatever, and I was due to go on the Monday. Well, on the Friday, my mum rang me up and she said, how's the packing going? You all packed and ready to go? And I was like, for what? She said, you're going on holiday on Monday. I was like, oh my God, I'd completely forgot. I completely forgot that I was going on holiday. How nuts. I mean, it's only like one of these 5-day things, but because I couldn't go for too long. But yeah, I actually almost forgot to go on holiday. I can forget an entire conversation, and my son will say something and I'm like, well, you never told me that. And he was like, yeah, Mum, we had this huge conversation about it. And I will have completely forgotten. Or he'll be like, one day, you ready to go then, Mum? And I'm just like, what for? And he's like, well, we talked about this yesterday. And it's like, I will forget an entire conversation, like, the second it's happened. And it's like, when people say, oh, what was I talking about? And they look to you to kind of prompt them and remind them what they were saying or what they were kind of, the topic they were talking about. People do that to me and I'm like, don't ask me, like, I haven't got a clue. It's no good asking somebody who's got like memory problems. I don't know. I'd have probably forgot the entire conversation by the end of the conversation. I'll forget what I'm doing in the middle of doing things. You know, preparing, you know, something to eat, and then I'll forget that I'm doing that. And then I'll go sit down and I'll start doing something else. And then, you know, Connor will say, well, I thought you were putting food on. I'll be like, oh my God. Like, I worry, actually. I do worry about leaving things on the stove and leaving things in the oven, and because I am that forgetful, and I would put things in the oven, and if it wasn't for the fact that I could smell there was food cooking, I think I would definitely forget. You know, if for example, I went upstairs for something and then I ended up going into my bedroom and doing bits and pieces, I no doubt would forget that the food's in there. You know, it's like, for you healthy people, it's like, you know, imagine those days where you walk into a room and you're just like, oh, what have I come in here for? Now imagine that all the bloody time, for like everything. It's like that, and it's scary sometimes. It really is scary. It scares me very much, the things that I've forgotten and the things that I've done, because I forgot. You have to be so careful with things like medication and stuff. I forget to take certain medications, especially the ones that I have to take during the day, or I'll take a medication and forget I've taken it, so I'll take it again, and I'll just feel absolutely awful afterwards, and I'm like, why do I feel so bad? And then I'm like, oh shoot. So yeah, it does worry me, these memory problems, very much so. At the moment, I'm kind of lucky that I've got my son living with me to kind of prompt me about things, and I can say, oh, can you remind me of this? I put alarms on my phone all the time for things. It's like, if I make an appointment for anything, I have to write it down straight away while they're saying, right, it's on this day and at this time. I have to write it down at the same time that they're saying it. And then straight away, I have to, as soon as I hang the phone up, I have to put that in my phone, and then set reminders so it'll, you know, go off. And if it's like a faraway thing, I have to set the reminders for like a week before, and then, you know, like a day before, 12 hours before, and things like that. Because that's how, you know, because I will forget. If I make a phone call and I'm like, okay, right, yeah, make this appointment, and then I didn't write it down as they were saying it, I'd forget, and I'd have to ring them back. Or, you know, if I'd written it down but I didn't put it in my phone, I would probably lose that bit of paper, but yeah, I'd forget all about it. And it wouldn't be that, like, because like the next day then, it would probably be something like, I'll be like, well, it won't be, oh, well, I wonder what time I made that appointment for. It just won't be in my brain that I made an appointment. It just won't be there. And that's how bad it can be. Now, I want to move on just briefly to the epilepsy. I developed epilepsy about 5 years ago. I'm going to go more into detail in another video, I think. But I did develop epilepsy, and quite, you know, it was quite bad. And I lost a lot of memory. I lost chunks of memory. There are chunks of things from my childhood I don't remember at all. There are chunks, and this is what really upsets me and what breaks my heart. There are chunks of things that I'm still getting distracted. There are chunks of things that happened when my children were small that I can't remember. You know, my brother will say to me things like, oh, do you remember when we did this and when we did that? And I'm like, nope. Or my mum will say, oh, do you remember when we went on holiday to such and such? And I'll say, no. Like, it's horrible, and it kills me. And again, it's really scary because it's like blank. It's blank. It's like black. There's nothing there. You know, I'll be remembering a certain event maybe, and then blank, nothing. You know, and people are, and it's like they're trying to make me remember, and they're going on, they're like, you know, when we did this and we did that, and we met this person and that person, and they did this and they did that, and we wore this and we did this and that and the other, and I'm like, no, I can't remember, like, and it's frustrating me, and I can see it's frustrating them because they want me to remember, but it frustrates me because it's like, it doesn't matter how much you say, I'm just not gonna remember. It's not gonna happen. The memory's gone. It's been wiped. Unfortunately, it's like a lot of happy stuff's gone, not the bad stuff. I wanted the bad stuff to go, but that's still there. And I do think the epilepsy's made my memory worse. I do. And I think it's like in conjunction with the ME, I think. But I think on its own, I think the memory loss and the memory problems, the impairments, oh, she's going to run her over. That's okay. I think the memory impairments with ME on its own, sorry, I'm getting distracted, I know I'm getting distracted, is bad. And I think, you know, even if we take out the fibro and if we take out the epilepsy, I still think it would be horrendously bad. And it is very scary. But kind of for me personally, you know, I've got other problems, you know, health issues that come in with memory issues and cognitive issues, and so it kind of amplifies what's going on, if you know what I mean. So I didn't really mean to waffle on so long on this. I hope to have maybe enlightened some people who don't understand about the memory issue. I don't know whether I've done a good enough job. But just know that it can be very severe, and it's all the time. It's not something we can, you know, it's not the odd thing here and there. It like will happen multiple times a day, every single day. Like there isn't a day that goes by where I haven't been affected because of my memory issues. Even if it's something small, you know, for example, like let me give you an example today. Now, my son has given me a camera, and it's a proper camera, one I can't wait to use, but we need a lead for it, and he'd forgotten to give me the lead, and he couldn't remember a lead. So he said to me, I came into my room this morning, and he said, where's the camera? I just need to check what the port is for the thing. And I leaned over to where I'd put it originally, and I put it in this place. It's like an old Dreamies tin actually that we had at Christmas, and I keep knickknacks in there, and things, not knickknacks, odds and ends, not knickknacks, that's what I meant. So I put it in here so that I knew exactly where it was, and so I leaned over and I picked up this tin, and it wasn't in there, and I was like, oh my god, I've lost it, I've picked it up, and I was getting upset, and I was like, I don't know where it is, I don't know where I would have put it. And then my younger son came in, and he said, it's in the car, Mum. I said, what? Why is it in the car? And he said, don't you remember, we took it in the car with us, and we went to a couple of shops to see if we could get the wire for it. And we took it so that we knew what we were looking for. I had no memory. No memory at all. Absolutely not there. Still not there. I don't know. But it obviously happened because there's no other reason the camera would be in the car. Strange. It is strange. It does freak me out. It does. The boys have kind of learnt to live with it and stuff. And so's my brother. We all kind of find it, sometimes it can be, you know, well, we have to laugh, don't we, sometimes? Because if we don't laugh, we'd cry. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that because this is going on way too long. And so I'm going to say thank you for listening to me. I hope this is of some help to somebody out there. If you would like to join me on my journey through this illness and through life, please subscribe. It would be wonderful to have you along. And it has been fantastic talking to you. Thank you. Bye.